Right, so you like Ozark? Well, you've got very good taste because it's one of the best dramas that Netflix has ever made. But now you've run out of Ozark and you want something else to watch. Don't worry, we've got you.
Money. That which separates the haves from the have-nots. Patience, frugality, sacrifice. Deciding to invest in your family's future and taking responsibility for the consequences of those actions.
Ozark, what a great show. Hello and welcome to Screen OD, the channel for people who love TV, movies and streaming. My name's Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about the TV industry for more than 15 years. And today we are going to look at shows that you will like if you liked Ozark. So let's start our countdown with a true classic of the genre. It is, of course, Breaking Bad.
You want to cook crystal meth? Cooking is art.
Actually, it's just basic chemistry.
So straight like you just gonna break bad?
What's up with Walt lately?
Tell me why you're doing this.
I am awake. There are going to be some things that you'll come to learn about me. I just want you to know that no matter how it may look, I only have you in my heart.
When it comes to ordinary people getting mixed up in drugs cartels and things starting to spiral very quickly out of control, you'll find it very hard to find a better show than Breaking Bad. Vince Gilligan's masterpiece is one of the greatest dramas of the modern age. It has everything in it. This is a roller coaster ride that if you haven't seen, but you have seen Ozark, then you're very much going to enjoy.
This token transfers $31 million. As soon as the product leaves Mexican waters.
México nos entrenó para ser los mejores. Y lo somos.
The rest will be transferred when the shipment arrives at Gioiadaro.
Cattai 5.000 chili, come i prezzi sempre.
Bigger risk than usual.
Bigger the risk, greater the profit.
ZeroZeroZero is a series that is about a shipping company run by the Linwoods out of New Orleans, but it turns out that that shipping company are quite a lot of the time shipping cocaine around, and when one of their shipments goes missing and ends up in Morocco, we have a story that very quickly gets very exciting. If you like the operational side of Ozark, the tracing the routes of drugs and seeing how things get from A to B and all of the stuff that happens in between, and this is a show that will have you gripped.
Pack one bag, be ready in 10 minutes.
How much trouble are you actually in?
Enough?
Not everything can be fixed.
Of course it can. The trick is actually wanting to fix it.
None of us likes this situation. Unless we do the right thing here, it will escalate.
What's about to happen might seem like imperfect parenting. This is going to be an adventure.
Starring Justin Theroux and Melissa George and based on a book by Paul Theroux, this is the story of a family when everything goes wrong that have to go on the run. Does that sound familiar? Well, the things that they're on the run from and the reasons that they are on the run are different to that of Ozark. However, the family dynamics and the fact that everyone is in it together is something that will definitely remind you of the excellent Netflix drama.
Sometimes you know something's coming.
I'd like to say a few words about my kids.
You feel it in the air.
There's Meg, my sunshine.
You don't sleep at night.
There's Kevin, my youngest son.
The voice in your head's telling you that something is gonna go terribly wrong.
If one of the things that draws you to Ozark is the beautiful backdrop whilst terrible things are going on, then Bloodline is definitely the show for you, which swaps Missouri for the Florida Keys as its beautiful backdrop. This is a story about a family with lots of secrets and lots of things that keep being uncovered and going wrong. Sound like anything that you know? Yeah. This is one you are going to love. Just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying what you see, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Screen OD for the best TV reviews and streaming content.
Imagine you were born in a poor family, in a poor country, and by the time you were 28 years old, you have so much money you can't even count it.
Señores, yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, haciendo negocios, así que pues fresco. Ustedes eligen. plata o plomo.
But I don't want to get ahead of myself.
If the drug cartel side of Ozark is your favourite part of the drama, then you can stay on Netflix because the streaming service has another excellent show which focuses on this area in the shape of Narcos, which in its first couple of seasons tells the story of one of the most famous drug kingpins ever, Pablo Escobar.
I'm telling you, apples ain't the same anymore.
Hey, would you shut the hell up?
All right, little brother, I get out of here tomorrow, okay?
Marius, you can't come back here. We owe Vince $100 grand.
If you don't, give me my money.
I'm gonna take your brother's hand and I'm gonna snip off a finger. Pretty soon I'm gonna run out of fingers.
Our central character in Sneaky Pete is trying to get away from his past, so much so that when he's released from prison, he takes on the identity of his old cellmate. But of course things aren't that easy, because if that had worked, then this would be a very boring show. Indeed, what we have is a twisty drama with lots of crime and lots of things to run away from. Sound like Ozark? It is a bit like Ozark, and that's why you'll like it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Terry!
Glory, no. You need to go.
What is he doing with him?
I'm as baffled by this conflicting evidence as you are.
Did you kill my son, Terry? Look at me!
Terry murdered a child. Everything he does after that is like he's begging us to catch him. What kind of criminal does that?
In some ways, this one's a little bit less like Ozark than some of the shows have been like Ozark, but if you like Ozark, you're still gonna like this show. It's a single season that was actually made whilst Ozark was being made for HBO, and it stars Jason Bateman, who is in Ozark, and he also directs it. It's not the story of a drugs cartel, but it does have a brilliant central performance from Bateman, and it's based on a Stephen King book, which means that there is a little bit of supernatural stuff happens too. Bateman's central performance is brilliant. If you like him as Marty Bird, you are going to love it in The Outsider.
My name is Teresa Mendoza. I came to America from Mexico. I am one of the wealthiest women in the world. Things weren't supposed to end like this. Then again, my life wasn't supposed to be anything like this.
A poor Mexican woman marries a drug cartel leader. He then gets killed, so she has to run away to America for safety. When she's there, she teams up with someone else, and suddenly she's running a drug cartel in America. This is an unlikely story of someone you don't expect to be running a big drugs operation, and all of the things that happen in between. If you like all that stuff from Ozark, there's plenty of it in Queen of the South, and a little bit more. It's a different angle on a similar story, and one that I think you will very much enjoy. Right, that's plenty enough from me. I'm sure you're getting bored of me talking about shows that are like Ozark. Hopefully there's something there that takes your fancy, something new to stream or something to go back and watch again. Do like and subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and we'll see you again for more Screen OD videos very soon.